Yo, welcome back to another video, guys. Today's just going to be a tutorial on Call of Duty on how to improve your aim and accuracy on just trying to get shots down. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go into Team Deathmatch, we go to Game Rules, put unlimited time, score, go unlimited, it doesn't much matter, health and damage, that's fine, and then let's see here. And then we just want to go over to bots real quick, wherever that is. Spawn delay is fine, number of lives, yeah. So, bots, put the bots at the maximum, and then put them up to veteran. And basically what I'm doing here is I want to shoot as many bodies as I can on unlimited time with the best reaction time that I can. That's why I'm having that set at veteran there. And then basically from there, we just go off and just pretty much go to town, and then pick a gun that you know you're going to be competitive with, PPSH, bar, FG42, you know, something competitive, and then you're just basically going to hop right in. And basically when you have all the bots on veteran with about 17 of them, you're forced to create a whole bunch of reaction time for a good warm-up. Usually I go about 100 kills during these matches, and usually get a pretty good game. Usually you can get a pretty decent game. Now sometimes what I'll do is I'll increase my sensitivity about 2 bumps higher than what I'm used to, and then that can usually relate back to whenever I go into a real game, decrease my sensitivity by 2. So sometimes I'll go in here, I'll go to my settings, go to controller, and then I'll bump this up to, like, say 6, 5, or you know, 7 or 5, whatever, just to get used to it. But usually I hop in here about 17 bots, all on veteran, use the gun that I primarily use, get my control centering down. Big thing is whenever you're running somewhere, usually keep the center circle right there in the center of your screen at all times. So if I'm running up here, I'm always changing my analog stick to be in the center of the screen. I'm not looking down here, looking down, because no one's going to be down there. If there is, I'm going to be shooting their foot. So I'm not running through this doorway looking down there. I'm always having this centered with someone's body. So I can just pop up real quick there. So always keeping it at that level. Next thing is pre-aiming. So if you think someone's going to be there, pre-aim or just strafe back and forth. Whenever you strafe back and forth, you're going to have a decent shot at getting a nice target on there without them shooting you to death. So, strafe, boom, and the next thing is controlling recoil. Now, shoot up in the air, see it, get a feel of the recoil, and you're going to counter that by pushing down a little bit to the left on the analog stick, especially with the PPSH. Kicks a little up and then a little bit to the right. So, without me dying, I'll show you here. So up and then a little bit to the right, so to counter that, you just do the opposite. And then long engagement fights, it's going to help you a lot. So always keeping your arrows right about an enemy level there. Now of course it's not always going to be like that, because you can be going across map and, you know, it's not going to be right in level with you. But that's usually how I warm up, and then I'll warm up, you know, drop shotting, doing all that. But sensitivity is key. You don't need a super high in sensitivity when you're playing Call of Duty. I usually play on 4 or 5. I usually play 4 just because I feel like you're not really looking too high up in the air. And then 5 is just a snap on people pretty good. But yeah, that's usually what I play on. Just a snap on people. And now the biggest thing whenever trying to get good at Call of Duty is controlling the recoil, not burst firing. So you see some people with burst fire, that's okay at long ranges, but medium to long, if you get really good, you get really comfortable with the gun, you can usually control the recoil just by countering it. So this is not countering, that's countering. So you can definitely see the difference there. You're going to get more bullets off without bursting and just kind of controlling the recoil. But yeah, I mean, during this warm-up you're going to die a ton of times, but you're going to get a real nice good warm-up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, like I said, just go to about 100 kills, get a nice feel for it. I usually do it every time before I get on. And another thing I highly recommend to improve your game is getting an elite controller or a scuff. I have both, and I like the scuff a little bit more. The scuff, I mean, it's the same thing pretty much. It's just a different feel. It's a different feel of a controller. The scuff is definitely a lot lighter than the elite. The elite's a lot. It's a little bit bulkier and a little bit heavier. The elite feels a little bit more expensive, if you could say, but it's not bad. They both feel good. So right there, just controlling the recoil, just trying to counter it. I feel like controlling the recoil of the PPSH is very similar to the VMP from Black Ops. It's not as severe, I should say, but the way it kicks is very similar. Same directional kick, I should say. So basically, once I get a little feel for that, I'll go into controller, I'll bump this up 1, and then get a little faster pace going, and then when I hop into the real game, I'll put it down. So my accuracy isn't going to be too good right here, but that's just because I'm not used to this. But once I get used to it, so after about, say, 30 kills, then we'll be good. That's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching the video, and hope this helps.